Assalamu alaikum. My name is Irza Khan and I will be presenting on topic Pluto, that whether the Pluto is considered a planet or not. Alright, so first of all, we will be covering introduction and we will move on to the discovery of Pluto, how it was discovered and when was it discovered. Then we will be studying about reclassification of Pluto. Then we will move on to arguments for Pluto as a planet or arguments against Pluto as a planet. Then we will conclude our presentation. So we will start with our introduction. So presentation on the fascinating topic of Pluto, a body that has been at the center of much debate and controversy in recent years. Is it a planet or a star? That is the question we will explore today. Pluto has long captured the imagination of scientists and general public alike. Its discovery in 1930 was a major milestone in astronomy, and for many years it was considered the ninth planet in our solar system. However, in 2006, the IAU reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet, sparking a heated debate among astronomers and the public about its true classification. So now we will move on to the discovery of Pluto, that how was it discovered and when was it discovered. So in 1930, an observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, made a discovery that would change our understanding of the solar system forever. There was an astronomer Clyde, had been tasked with finding a hypothetical ninth planet that could explain some irregularities in the orbits of Neptune and Uranus. After months of observation and analysis, Clyde spotted a small dim object moving across the sky. He found Pluto, the most distant planet known at the time. It was the farthest planet from the Earth and the Sun. The discovery of Pluto caused a sensation in the scientific community and captured the public's imagination. For many years, astronomers studied this mysterious new world, trying to learn more about its composition, atmosphere, and orbit. At first, Pluto was classified as a full-fledged planet, but with the passage of time, scientists began to question whether it truly deserved this status or not. Despite all these debates, the discovery of Pluto remains one of the greatest achievements in the history of astronomy. So moving on to reclassification of Pluto. In 2006, IAU made the controversial decision to reclassify Pluto as a dwarf planet. The decision was based on several scientific factors, including size, orbit, and location in the solar system. Pluto is very much smaller than other planets in our solar system, with a diameter of only 1400 miles. Its orbit also differs from that of the eight planets as it crosses the orbit of Neptune, and plus it's located in Kuiper Belt, a region of space beyond Neptune where many other small objects are found. By classifying Pluto as a dwarf planet, IAU recognized that it shares more characteristics with these other objects than the larger planets. So, which means that the scientists were saying that it is not a planet, it's an object from another galaxy. So now we will move on to arguments for Pluto as a planet. Pluto has been considered a planet since its discovery in 1930. One argument for classifying Pluto as a planet is based on its size. While it is smaller than any of the other eight planets, it is still much larger than any other known object in the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt, as I said, is a region of the solar system beyond Neptune that contains many small icy bodies. If Pluto is not a planet, then what distinguishes it from these other objects? Then what is the difference between the other objects and the Pluto? Another argument for Pluto's planet status is based on its composition. Pluto is made of primarily of rock and ice, like the other planets of the inner solar system. It also has an atmosphere and weather patterns. which are characteristics of planets, obviously. Some scientists argue that if Pluto was discovered today, it would be classified as a planet without any question. So we will move on to arguments against Pluto as a planet. One of the main arguments against Pluto being classified as a planet is its size. Pluto is much smaller than other 8 planets in our solar system and is actually smaller than some of the moons orbiting those planets as well. This was one of the key reasons why IAU reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet in 2006. Another argument against Pluto being classified as a planet is its orbit. Unlike other 8 planets, which all orbit the Sun in a relatively flat plane, Pluto's orbit is in oval shape and tilted at an angle to the rest of the planets. This makes it more similar to other objects in the Kuiper belt than to the 8 traditional planets. So now I will end my presentation with the conclusion that the debate over whether Pluto should be classified as a planet or a dwarf planet is complex. On one hand, there are strong arguments in favor of Pluto being considered a planet, given its historical significance and cultural resonance. Similarly, on the other hand, there are scientific arguments against this classification based on our evolving understanding of the nature and characteristics of celestial bodies in our solar system. So ultimately, the decision to classify Pluto as a planet or not comes down to have how we define the term planet and what criteria we use to apply it. While there may never be a definite answer to this question, it's important to continue exploring and debating the topic, as it helps us better understand our place in the universe and the nature of the objects that surround us.